Welcome to the Teapot Reads. My name's Sam. I'm the Teapot. This is what I'm currently reading today, and I'm so happy to see you. Hello and welcome. I thought this would just be sort of fun, sort of chill to do a video where I go over and we start exploring and looking at some books that are coming out in 2024 that I'm excited for and that maybe you're excited for as well, hopefully. If there is anything, please drop it down below. Just off the top of my head, / off of the list that I keep saved of books I'm excited for, neither of these have dates yet, I don't think, but A Fate So Cold by Amanda Foody and The Floating World by Axie O. I don't think either of them have dates, but I love both those authors, so I am really excited for those books to come out. I also am excited for A Dark Star Burning Ash Falls White, which is the sequel to Song of Silver Flame Like Night, and I cannot wait. The cover for the American edition was already revealed, and it is gorgeous. Fragile Enchantment by Alison Saft might be my most anticipated early 2024 release. It is about a magical dressmaker and a prince, and it's like fantasy rom-com, and it's supposed to have Bridgerton vibes, and I loved Far Wilder Magic by Alison Saft, so I'm stoked for this. I have the US pre-ordered and the UK paperback pre-ordered, and I'm really hoping that someone puts it in a book box because I need special editions of Alison Saft's books. It's I'm foaming at the mouth, excited for this one. I think I have to mention House of Flame and Shadow. I'm excited, but certainly not as excited as I have been for other Sarah J Maas releases. I'm very tepid about this one, but I am going to read it, so I'll mention it here. Tempest of Tea. I haven't read anything by Hafsa Faizal, and I should, fix that because I have her other books. But Tempest of Tea just sounds amazing, and I love the cover, and I've been waiting for this one for a while. It kept getting pushed off, and I'm totally fine waiting, but it is finally coming. Give it to me. I'm ready. I'm so ready, and I have a feeling there will be special editions of this book, and I cannot wait to see them. And I don't actually know if the UK cover has been revealed yet. We have another republication for Martha Wells. We have the books of Iliad, which is a bind-up of two of the Iliad books. I say her book City of Bones is publishing or being republished at the end of this year, so I'll have that to look forward to. I read Witch King. I fucking loved that so much. One of my favorite books of the year. And anyway, I'm a big Martha Wells fan, so just the fact that we're getting more content, even if it's republished content, very excited for it. Of course, Empire of the Damned. I fucking love Empire of the Vampire. It's one of my favorite books of all time. I do fully plan on rereading it. And again, foaming at the mouth for Empire of the Damned. Just thinking about it gets me so excited and so happy. And just, it's gonna be so good. Oh, I can't wait. And I cannot wait to see the art either. One that's coming out July-ish, although I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up getting pushed just because we don't have a cover or anything yet, is Long Live Evil by Sarah Rees Brennan. I love Sarah Rees Brennan. Her writing is phenomenal, and I can't wait for this one. It is about a woman who ends up in the fantasy book that she loves and obsesses over, and is on the side of evil and the villain, and I give it to me now. Give it to me now, okay? Please. And most exciting, the book I am most anticipating for 2024 is Court of Wanderers by Rin Chupeco. I loved Silver Under Nightfall. It is one of my top 5 books of all time. I was looking at the paperback of Silver Under Nightfall because it has a preview of Court of Wanderers, and I already read the preview several times because I'm obsessed and need the content in my life. It's such a good book, such a good series. It's the last one. It's a duet, so I will have to content myself on it, but I will probably glut on it. And Court of Wanderers, yes, literally my most anticipated book. But this video is not necessarily to go over anticipated books. It's just kind of to snoop around on Goodreads and see what is coming out in 2024. I like to do this every couple months. It's just really fun and relaxing, actually, and I thought it'd be fun to just sit and chat about the books we find and look at them together. So that's actually what we're going to be doing. We're probably going to stick mostly to Goodreads, although I might move over to Blackwells or Waterstones or even Barnes & Noble because I think there are some really good search mechanics on there. I don't know how long it's going to be. It's going to be pretty chill. I just really wanted that intro where I could tell you all the books I'm super excited for and think you should absolutely pre-order. So let me just get the recording up. Okay, cool. So we're going, and we will pull up Goodreads. I actually was just gonna, let's start with YA debuts of 2024. This is something I used to really be invested in, was reading debut authors. It's not something I'm super invested in anymore, but it's a good place to start. Oh, To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods does sound good. Ooh, you go a lot with, oh, I am excited for this one, I'll show you that. You go a lot with, like, covers and titles when there are no covers. Already see I have some of these pre-ordered, but we're gonna look at them anyways. Sounds interesting. Ooh, Daughter of Calamity. The Good Vampire's Guide to Blood and Boyfriends. Okay. Quite a few. We'll take a peek at, and then I might, let's like maybe go into 2025 as well if we can. Okay, so To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods, I already know I'm super excited for. I saw the cover reveal on Instagram and like fell in love immediately. It sounds really good. In this magical epic fantasy, a young woman cursed with the power of death must decide if saving her family is worth betraying her country. The first installation of a gripping new series. It just is so exciting, and the cover's so pretty. See, we have reviews already. Slow burn enemies to lovers. Ooh, interesting. Okay, I'm all for it. Oh, who's the authors? So she says slow burn villain love interest. I like the idea of it. I haven't actually seen that executed super well yet, but I'm going to consistently hope I see it executed consistently well. Heroes die, cowards live. Okay. Magic for science. It turned out God knew fear too. Okay. Morally gray cast again with YA novels. That's sort of a mixed bag sometimes. Childhood lover turned traitor who has turned his back on everyone except the girl he loves. Okay. Star-crossed love, which is a trope I adore. And subverting expectations, which is a little bit of a trigger. I don't love it when they advertise that, necessarily. I don't know if any of these are actual reviews, though. Yeah, they're not. That's okay. It's gonna be a trilogy. That's exciting. And this is her debut, so that's also exciting. I do love this cover. It's so pretty. It's absolutely so pretty. I wish Goodreads listed the artist as well somewhere. Alright, so Perfect Little Monsters. Oh, it's a psychological thriller. Not super into that. So psychological thriller, so I'm not really interested in that, so we're gonna skip. Crown of Starlight, I'm actually really excited. In the UK, Daphne Press is publishing this one, I believe, and I do love them, so it's kind of a given. It's also a retelling of Ariadne and Dionysus, and I think it's queer. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it says queer. Really excited for this one. Let's see the reviews. Are there anything actual? Or are they? Well, this one says, creative, fun, sexy reimagining of the myth of Ariadne and Dionysus. So, and it's sci-fi, which I'm all behind. I believe it is a standalone. Accidental Demons. Type 1 diabetic witch Bernadette Crowley. Isn't that, correct me if I'm wrong, what was Crowley's mom's name in Supernatural? Rowena. Why did I think it was Bernadette? I don't know. That would have been funny though. Bernadette Crowley and her family's safety is threatened when each drop of blood she needs to take her blood sugar accidentally pulls a demon through the veil to mischievous and mysterious effect. Interesting. So it's definitely a younger book. Oh, and it's published by Inkyard, who I think actually closed. So that's interesting. I wonder if it is still coming. I would hope so. Okay, here's what the author says. Oh, hey, hello, I'm Claire, the author of this witchy little book. I haven't quite summoned the right demon to help me claim my Goodreads author profile yet. It looks like she has at this point. Cute. This sounds really cute. I'm, like, totally behind this. I don't know, do I want to put it on my TBR, though? I'm not gonna. I'm really picky with what goes on my Goodreads TBR, but it still looks cute. Okay, Fathom Folk. I keep, like, finding myself drawn to this title, but I forget why I keep thinking that I'm not interested in it, so let's see. Magic set against the glittering, semi-submerged city of Tiankawi. I probably butchered that. Perfect for fans of Jade City and the Bone Shard Daughter. Haven't read either of those yet. Welcome to Tiankawi. Maybe I said that better? I don't know. Shining pearl of human civilization, safe haven for those fleeing civil unrest. Humans are quite literally peering down from skyscrapers and aerial walkways on the Fathom Folk, sirens, sea witches, kelpies, and kappas who live in the polluted waters below. Half siren Mira. I think, okay, here's what it was. It reminds me a little bit of Crescent City, which is not a bad thing because I loved the first Crescent City book. But it also just, it doesn't remind me of the interesting characters of Crescent City. Because she's a cop, I think. Captain of the Border Guard. I think I'm going to have to wait to see reviews of this one. I wouldn't be surprised if it shows up in book boxes. In fact, it sounds up Fairy Loot's alley, just based on this description. So we'll see. I like the setup that we're given of it, but it's not high on my list, and that's why I think it just reminds me of Crescent City, but not in a good way. Foul Days, The Witch's Compendium of Monsters. Love that series name. Very Emily Wilde vibes, but I don't think this book is Emily Wilde vibes. About a young witch in the walled city of Chernigrad. Ooh, that sounds almost like Russian. So desperate to escape her ex, the Tsar. Oh, the Tsar. Yes, there's some Russian inspo here. She sells her powers for illegal passage across the wall to Belgrade, where monsters can't follow, and immediately regrets it. Inspired by Slavic folklore and pitched as The Witcher, if written by Naomi Novik. Now, I do have it marked as to read, and this sounds phenomenal. Actually, this sounds so good. This comes out January 1st. That cannot be true. I bet that's going to change. Let's see. Let's look on Blackwells. And it is by Genevieve Dimova. Did I spell that correctly? Dimova. I did. Right. So nothing came up. Let's Google her. Oh, it's just coming in 2024 at some point. Hobbit Press? That's the name of a German publisher. That's so cute. 2024. Archeologists. Anyway, I guess we don't have a release date yet, but I am seriously excited for this one. Yes, very, very excited for this one. Okay, The Last Blood Carver by Vanessa Lee. I do like Cinder, so it's been compared to These Violent Delights and Cinder. I like Cinder, and I haven't read These Violent Delights yet, but soon. 2-book debut. Cool. Vietnam-inspired fantasy world. I love blood-type magic. Obviously, as long as it's not falling into, like, anti-Semitic tropes. But I do love blood-based magic. I think it's very cool. There is this weird trope. I'm noticing it now in this description. There's this weirdly specific plot that seems to be recycled a lot in YA novels. And I'm not really drawn necessarily to this plot. But it's... In fact, I think every book I've read with it, I've been disappointed. Although it's one that I'm seeing crop up more on new releases that I haven't gotten to yet. Anyway, it's where, like, typically the female character is taken or captured or hired to heal someone. Ultimately the love interest typically. But, like, is brought to, like, aristocratic house or palace or haunted house. It's like a gothic almost story build. What's up with that trope? Like, why is that a story trope that people have glommed onto? Interesting. But do I want to read this one? It does sound like there's a little bit of a mystery. I love this cover. So you know what? We're gonna say want to read. Because why not? That sounds good. The cover's cute. Deadly Endeavor. This one doesn't have a cover yet. Jazz Age Philadelphia. I don't care. Sorry. 4 Weekends and a Funeral. Adult. I thought I looked up YA debuts, but maybe... Oh, I guess it was just 2024 debuts. Unbound by Christy Healy. I feel like I know that name. I obviously don't. Oh! Okay, this sounds amazing. This sounds like my dream. This sounds so good. It's a gender-bent Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I am just over the moon. You look so very grim, she said, even as he shuddered to see the mastery which she commanded over the beast which lurked underneath her skin. Hasn't anyone ever told you that you'd be so much prettier if you smiled? Rosalind Quainshuri, I know I said that wrong. Rosalind is waiting for the king, her father, to relent and allow her to leave the solitude of her tower, waiting for the dreaded and mysterious beast of Connacht to at least be defeated, waiting for the arrival of the man destined to win her heart and break the terrible curse placed on her and her land. So when she meets Jamie, a charming and compelling suitor, she allows herself to hope that her days of solitude and patience are at long last. But as she finds her trust betrayed, and with newer, more sinister threats arising, Rosalind learns that some curses are better left unbroken. It also says for fans of Rebecca Ross, which I am one. So, yes. Absolutely. I'm very excited for this one. Sounds so good. Oh, okay. So, immediately it says for fans of Ariadne, which I'm not a big Greek myth retelling fan. But then it says a spellbinding debut fantasy about a human who gets trapped with the god of autumn, who brings with him life-threatening danger and a forbidden romance. And falling in love with, like, the deity of autumn sounds dope. I've got to be so real right now. Let's see. I'm in love with this one too. This one also sounds so good. Time is one of 4 humans I can't read. Tyrn is one of 4 humans rigorously selected to usher the turn of the seasons into the mortal world. Every year she escorts the taciturn god Autumn between the godly and human realms. Autumn's seasonal stay among mortals brings cooler weather, changing leaves, and the harvest of apples and gourds until winter takes its place. This year, the enchanted mirror, which I fucking love magic mirrors, that separates their worlds shatters after Tyrn and Autumn pass through, trapping them both in the human realm. As the endless autumn stretches on and crops begin to fail, and the threat of starvation looms, away from the magic of the gods' home, Tyrn's debilitating headaches return with a vengeance. Worse, Autumn's extended stay in the human realm turns him even more mortal and vulnerable, stirring a new, forbidden attraction to Tyrn. While the priesthood scrambles to find a way to reassemble the mirror, Tyrn digs into the temple's secrets and finds an unlikely ally or enemy in the enigmatic sorcerer and master of poison, Sidriel. Is this a love triangle? Ooh. Thrown into a world of mystery, betrayal, and espionage as he searches for the truth, might Tyrn lose her morals, her heart and position, and the illicit spark between her and Autumn. Oh, this sounds good. January 16th. That's soon. That's really soon. Cool. Mistress of Bones. Oh, I had heard of this one. Because it says pitched as Gideon the Ninth. As a YA Gideon the Ninth. That's all I need to hear to know I want to read it. But, let's see more. Set in a world where the continents are anchored to the bones of 7 gods. Fuck yes. It follows Azul de Arroyo, a necromancer looking for her sister's bones to revive her. Fuck yeah. But when the emissary of the Lord of Death is sent to hunt her down, they unleash a series of events that angers the gods, and now the gods want their bones back. Fuck yes. Sounds phenomenal. I know it's on my want to read, it's on a wish list 1,000 times, yes. More necromancy stories. And it's coming out by Wednesday Books, which I actually really like Wednesday Books. They publish some bangers. The False Goddess, let's see. So, it doesn't sound bad. I will put it on my TBR. So she is like a vessel for a goddess, but is actually a vessel for a demon, and if people find out, she'll get in trouble. I think that's an interesting setup. We'll see. I don't know if it's like super anticipated, but that doesn't sound bad. Daughter of Calamity is this, it says historical science fiction cabaret club. I think I'm just not a big fan of historical fiction. Let's see. Evergreen by Devin Greenlee. Nature buries secrets, at least until they grow, in this coming of age fairy tale retelling from debut author Devin Greenlee. Right. What it's a retelling of, zero idea. Oh, we have an arc review from Andy. Thank you, Andy. Magical and entertaining and has the soft touch of love. Aww. The characters really sprung off the page. It was so easy to feel for Quill and his family. Love the name Quill. I also loved learning more about the plants and everyone's powers. The mystery aspect was well done. I loved seeing the boys investigate. Okay, this sounds cute so far. I also felt very realistic of a romantic relationship. Neither of them falls into the insta-love trope. Very good. Only negative I can think of is that I didn't think everything would wrap up nicely by the end, but I was proven what? I don't know. Is that negative? I'm okay with unhappy endings. Not that they're saying that this is. Let's see. White Achillean cis male MC with anxiety. He's also half dryad. I do like the woodsy voice. That sounds funny. Like Raven Cycle or Emily Tesch's Green Hollow duology. Okay, and this is a good cover. I can get behind this one. Good Vampire's Guide to Blood and Boyfriends. We don't know anything, but it is coming out in 2025. Trish Lundy had the pleasure of reading a draft of this book in the editing stage. If you like Casey McQuistion-esque rom-coms and vampires, you're in for a treat. Brennan and Cole's love story is beautiful, nuanced, and let's not forget hot. It's basically squealing the whole time. Catherine Adams also really likes it. Yennefer likes it. It is something to keep my eye on, I think. I'm not going to add it to a wish list, though. I don't know what it's about. The Last Rewitch. Love this cover. This is stunning. Look at this body in the water and then them up here in the colors. And what's this? They're just like glowy things. Oh, okay. Let's see. The Last Rewitch. 12-year-old Korean-American Ronnie agrees to attend summer camp to show her dad and her best friend she can be a normal kid they want her to be, but at camp she is haunted by a Gwishwin, a Dokkaebi witch hunter who a witch hunter who threatens them both. It is middle grade, which I'm totally for middle grade. I don't think I'm going to add it to my wish list just because, or my to be read, because I just don't, well, I'm trying to read more middle grade. Okay, we'll add it to want to read. It sounds cute. I love the cover. Probably not going to be something I run to. I could probably read this in paperback and be happy. Cute. Okay. A misfortune of lake monsters. She's inherited the so-called honor of impersonating a fake lake monster for the rest of her natural life. Her family has been secretly keeping the tradition of the old Lucy, the famed monster of Lake Lokacoma, alive for generations by staging sightings to keep tourists coming, and she can't bring herself to say no. That's an interesting setup. I like that setup a lot, actually. A real make. Oh, and eats the family dog. An evil geological survey agents. I don't love that either. I think that's not for me. It's not for me. Cute title though. Great setup. Of Jade and Dragons by Amber Chen, inspired by Qing Dynasty history and the Chinese classic The Butterfly Lovers. I have been really enjoying books inspired by Chinese classics lately. What a weird statement, but true nonetheless. Why silk punk? Fucking love that word. Silk punk. Well, we're gonna explore this in a sec. Well, as a girl who must disguise herself as a boy. Love that trope. And enter dangerous engineers guild tries to unravel the mystery of her father's murder, while allying herself with a secretive prince with plans of his own. Sounds so good. I love the word silk punk. But before we do those two, silk punk, let's see, what is silk punk? Oh, Ken Liu writes about it. No, it's not Asian flavored steampunk or Asian-influenced fantasy. It's a very specific technology and literary aesthetic. Dandelion Dynasty is silk punk. Vision of technology as language. The task of the engineer is much like that of a poet, and that the engineer must creatively combine existing components to solve novel problems. What are some silk punk books? Like a wee little list. Essential silk punk. The Poppy War. Is it? Okay. Could make a new shelf. Is there a silk punk video in your future? Maybe. Jade City. I don't know if these all are silk punk. Oh, did it not save? Dandelion Dynasty. Oh, Princess Mononoke. There are not very many to choose from. This is like totally not what I was planning to do in this video, but how fun. Okay, something to look forward to. Oh, 3-body problem. We'll do that. I'll do some more digging later. Good to have that in my back pocket, though. Okay, next book to look at. The Fellowship of Puzzle Makers. Dresses like your granddad and drinks sherry like your aunt. This is not at all like anything I would typically read, but it's actually giving me like vibes of childhood type of books I would like to read. So I think I'm going to mark it as to be read. It is giving me, you know what it's giving me? Like Vermeer. Chasing Vermeer vibes, which is a phenomenal book if you've ever read that. It's fantastic, especially if you live in the Chicago area. It's great. Strongly recommend. And it's a great Christmas book. I didn't say what this is about. It's about solving puzzles. When the esteemed crossword compiler Pippa Allsbrook passes away, she bestows her final puzzle to him, a promise to reveal the mystery of his parentage and prepare him for life beyond the walls of the commune. Sounds great. Sounds fantastic. Sounds like not speculative per se, but speculative enough. Yeah. Cautious Traveler's Guide to the Wastelands, and we have no information, just as this edition. So we're gonna do nothing with this one because I don't know what it's about. Then let's do SFF 2024 books. Oh, there's only 24 titles on it. Okay, let's see. Knights of Wind and Truth. Yep, I need to read it. Ooh, Earthflown. Cover. The Devils. Ooh, a new Joe Abercrombie. Okay. Heavenly Tyrant. I am very excited for this one. I had such mixed feelings with Iron Widow. I loved the story and I really liked the characters, but I thought the dialogue was atrocious. But it was also a debut novel, so this one might be better. Gaze Upon Wicked Gods, where I did that. Electo the Ninth. Fuck yeah. Winds of Winter. In My Dreams. Feast at Night. I need to read the first one in that so badly. Fragile Enchantment. Oh yeah, Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. Highly anticipating this one. I'm just waiting for Fairy Loot to announce their edition. Oh yes, A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandana. This is not a sequel or even companion to the Secret Society of Irregular Witches, but it is like a spiritual sister to it. It's set in a different magical world, but is similar vibes, and I loved Irregular Witches. It's one of the best books I read last year. So this is she's become an auto buy for me. Her middle grade stuff, not so much, but her adult stuff. And if she tries YA, yes, count me in. Dead Cattail Assassins does sound interesting. I just don't like this cover. That won't like stop me from it. Ooh, Tainted Cup. Let's see what that's about. Ooh, Nindi Okafor. I'm probably saying that wrong. Running Close to the Wind. This is a companion to A Taste of Gold and Iron. It's not a spoiler for that book. It takes place on the seas, I believe. It sounds good. I don't want to say more than that because I feel like you could possibly spoil things. Oh, Kirsten White. I'm not super interested in something called Dracula and Lucy, but I'm not interested. Cascade Failure. Okay, let's see what that's about. Doors of Stone. In My Dreams. Oh, Fall of Rebel Angels. I was seeing something about that recently. Gods and Game Masters. Splintered Sun. Let's see. It's by Tad Williams, so that's like a hit or miss. For She Is Wrath. Long Live Evil. There it is. I'm so excited. To Cage a God. I feel like I already said that one. I do want to read that. The Honey Witch. I'm really excited about this one. It's a top priority, actually. I've already pre-ordered it, I think. It's not coming out in America, I don't think, but it is coming out in the UK, and it sounds cute and cottagecore and charming. Book of Doors. We have the Witzel Black on here twice. Very good. The Gods Below. Oh, a new Andrea Stewart book. I haven't read Bone Shard Daughter. I will, though. That's high. Ruthless Vows. So excited. Barely Icy. That's smart. I can already tell. Oh, Monsters Gods. Ooh. Into the Sunken City. Also interesting title. Whispered Between Worlds. I think I mentioned that one already. Blood of the Old Kings. Interesting. Court of Wanderers. That's not on my one to read already. Damn. That's on me. This is literally my most anticipated book. I will vote for it, actually. Lily of Enera. Interesting title. The Will of the Many came out already. Mistress of Lies. Interesting. This one's also, the book that wouldn't burn, that's also out. Mistress of Bones. We did that one already, right? A Spin of Fate. Heartless Hunter, Crimson Moth. This one's interesting, and I'll probably talk about it when I get to that page, but in the UK, I think it's called a Crimson Moth, but in the US, it's called a Heartless Hunter or something like that. Very interesting. And we will wrap it up with The Briar Book of the Dead. Let's start with that one. Perfect for fans of Uprooted. That's me. I'm a fan of Uprooted. A dark and addictive tale of witches. From the author of All the Murmuring Bones. I don't know if I know that book. Needles and Bones. Oh, I've seen Path of Thorns and All the Murmuring Bones. I've seen them both at work. Interesting. Was not drawn to either of them at any point. Here are vampires. I do love vampires and fantasy. If that wasn't clear by two of my most anticipated books of next year being Empire of the Damned and Court of Wanderers. I don't know, this one's not really pulling me, and the cover is just okay. So interesting. I'll keep my eye on it, not adding it to my to be read yet. Earthflown. Love, love, love this cover. This is so pretty. What is it about, though? Ethan saves the life of a fire starter. It's nothing unusual. He's the only healer on call at the hospital, but that gunshot wound isn't going to regenerate itself. His patient turns out to be Corinna Arden, heiress to a pharmaceutical empire controlling Britain's water supply. Oh, interesting. Is this... Oh, it's dystopian. No. I don't like dystopian stories at all. So... that's a no from me. We have a Joe Abercrombie, but we don't know what it's about. Oh, this is from Tor.com. The Devils Begins, a series which fuses the best of fantasy and the most gripping elements of heist, spy, and thriller fiction in a magic-riddled Europe under constant threat of elf invasion. The 10-year-old Pope. This is throwing me for loops. The 10-year-old Pope occasionally needs services that cannot be performed by the righteous. Deep within the catacombs, cathedrals, and relic stalls of the sacred city lies a secret chapel of the Holy Expediency. A self-serving magician, a self-satisfied vampire, an oversexed werewolf, and a knight cursed with immortality. Interesting. I'm gonna wait and see on this one. That's so curious. Okay. The Tainted Cup. Again, another cover I absolutely love. I've not actually read anything by Robert Jackson Bennett, but his previous two series both really intrigue me, which are City of Stairs is one, and Foundry Side is the other. And I don't think he has any other books. Oh, he has something called American Elsewhere. Yeah, these two series do interest me. I just haven't read them yet. Eccentric detective and her long-suffering assistant, which is a great combination of characters. A reimagining of the classic crime novel. So that's, I guess, based off of this, and Abercrombie's The Devils seems to be where fantasy wants to go. Noir. Interesting. A tree spontaneously erupts from his body. So it's also sounds very Sherlock Holmes, and I'm kind of already in love with Phineas Cole. He sounds really easy to love. He's giving me Connor the Android vibes. So Sherlock Holmes and Connor the Android team up. Oh, it says Holmes and Watson style. Okay. Yes, we're gonna add this to my wish list. Shadow Speaker. Deluxe expanded edition of an out-of-print early novel from African futurist luminary Nindi Okafor, with brand new introduction from the author. Niger, West Africa 2070. After 15-year-old Aiji witnesses her father's beheading, her world shatters in the era of mind-blowing technology and seductive magic. Aiji embarks on a mystical journey to track down her father's killer. Yeah, let's add that. That sounds interesting. First published in... Oops. He does not want me to want to read this. That was creepy. Sure. I do want to read it, though. Daughter of Calamity. Oh, we already looked at this one, I think, and said no. Dracula and Lucy. Yeah, we don't. No, it's about Kirsten White has really managed to withstand the tides of change in the YA community. I remember reading Paranormalcy when it came out. And I read Anti-Darken when it came out. She's done a little bit in every popular genre. And you know what? Good for her, is all I have to say. Her Sinister Summer books look adorable. Okay, Cascade Failure. A highly commercial sci-fi adventure blending J.S. Dew's Divide series with the commercial fan appeal of The Expanse and the cozy sci-fi of Becky Chambers. You have me intrigued. Fierce, messy, chaotic space fam, vibrant world, and exploration of the many ways to be and not be human. You have me really intrigued. There are only three real powers in the universe. The Trust versus the Union's labor leverage, and between them the Guild. Branded a Guild deserter, Jal Branded a Guild deserter, Jal accidentally lands a ride on a Guild ship, helmed by an AI, with a ship's engineer medic who doesn't see much difference between the two jobs. And Don't Make Me Shoot You, EXO. Yeah, this actually does sound like The Expanse meets Becky Chambers. Phenomenal. Yes. March 2024. I can get behind this. This sounds fun. Okay. Rise and Fall of Rebel Angels. Yeah, I was actually looking at this the other day, but I didn't really take it in. A love story between a woman suspected of murdering her former lover and a fallen angel who's cursed to search for his wings on Earth every 100 years. I'm gonna keep my eyes on this one for a while. I'm not going to commit. It does sound interesting. Gods and Game Masters. It says mythology. Interesting. This speculative retelling of the Trojan War pitched as YA Circe meets Ready Player One. Interesting. Yes, Brittany, you say it best. Circe meets Ready Player One is such a bananas pairing. I'm not a big Ready Player One fan, and while I do love Circe, I am very protective of the Iliad and Iliadic retellings. So we'll see. This one will probably be picked up by at least one book box because everyone seems to fucking love retellings except me. There are some good ones I like, but I am very picky about them. Let's see, The Splintered Sun. Oh, what? It is related to Dragonbone Chair. Or Austin Ard. Pre-Dragonbone Chair history of Hernister... I'm not even going to try the names. I can't even remember. Erkenland. Is it a full novel? Following the mythic figure Flann Alderwood. I did not know he was writing a prequel series. Very cool. I am waiting for the Last King of Austin Ard to finish publishing before I read it. I've had people ask. I do want to read and review that too. I'm just waiting for it to come out. Okay. For She Is Wrath. It says retelling. And, oh, is it a retelling of the Count of Monte Cristo? Yep. Pakistani Count of Monte Cristo. Hate to Love vibe. Sarah Rana. Is that the author of this book? No, it's not, but she is an author. This book has the lovers to enemies of my dreams. I had the pleasure in reading an early copy and cannot wait to read the finished version. Fresh twist on a retelling? For the Count of Monte Cristo, the aspects, and it does say high fantasy. I know it's Wednesday books. 10. They put out bangers. They do. The Book of Doors. I'm just already slightly turned off by them comparing it to Addie LaRue and Midnight Library and Night Circus. It will probably do well commercially. The Gods Below. The first book is Untitled, but the series isn't. Precious gemstones bestow magical abilities. Very, very Sanderson-esque magic right there. Full of clandestine power struggles and the battles between gods. The stories follow Kara, a young woman searching for her missing sister. Even lead a rebellion against the gods themselves. Interesting. I will wait on that one because I don't know if I'm going to like Bone Shower Daughter. Okay. Rosamund Hodge. We need to talk real quick. I have had Rosamund Hodge's books on my shelves for ages and I haven't read them, but I'm interested in them. And anyway, she constantly interests me with her books. I just have yet to pick them up. Bad habit. But what's this one about? Great title, great cover. The heretic sorcerer Reuven raised a deadly briar around Runakia's palace, casting the royal family into an enchanted sleep. So it's a Sleeping Beauty retelling. Leah's destiny is to kill Reuven and wake the royals, but when she succeeds, she finds her duty is not yet complete. For now, she must marry into the royal family and forge a pact with a god or die. To make matters even worse, Reuven's spirit is haunting her. Yeah, this sounds good. Sounds good. Into the Sunken City, a retelling of Treasure Island with an Ocean's 11 twist. Okay. Climate ravaged near future. Nope, I don't. Not fun to me. Blood of Old Kings. Oh, it's translated. Powered by corpses of sorcerer, the Empire has conquered the world. It claims to have brought peace and stability to its conquered lands, but some see that peace for what it is, a lie, and will give everything to fight it. Lauren was desperate for revenge after the Empire killed her family, so much so that she climbed a volcano, where legends say an ancient dragon slumbers, and leapt in. Legends are true. Sounds grimdark, so we're gonna go for it. I support that. The Lily of Inara. Ooh, lesbian. Adopted into an intergalactic empire on the brink of war, Nari quickly learns that duty comes before all when she's forced to make an enemy of the girl she loves in order to save her people. While I do love that setup, I don't think I have enough there to commit to it. Not quite yet. Mistress of Lies. Daughter of a powerful but disgraced bloodworker, Sean Leclerc has spent her entire life perfecting her blood magic, which you know I love. Samuel Hutchinson. Here's the thing. It sounds so conceited. I have a really hard time reading books where characters are named Sam, Samantha, or Samuel because I don't like saying my name or things close to my name in books. That sounds so conceited, but I just can't do it. Bin of Fate. We know nothing. Okay. totally fine. Heartless Hunter. This one does actually sound really good. It's spending her days pretending to be nothing more than a vapid young socialite, which we love. Rune spends her nights as the Crimson Moth, a witch vigilante who rescues her kind from being purred. When rescue goes wrong, she decides to throw the witch hunters off her scent and gain the intel she desperately needs by courting the handsome Gideon Sharp, a notorious and unforgiving witch hunter, loyal to the revolution, which she still can't help but find herself falling for. Gideon loathes the decadence and superficiality Rune represents, but when he learns the Crimson Moth has been using Rune's merchant ships to smuggle renegade witches out of the Republic, he inserts himself into her social circles by pretending to court her right back. I love this dynamic of they both think they're like one-upping the other. He soon realizes that beneath her beauty and shallow facade is someone fiercely intelligent and tender who feels like his perfect match. It sounds really good, so we're gonna put it on my wish list. This is February of 2024, so really not that far. Eric Hollis's next FF fantasy, Set in Stone, is in which a fae with OCD accidentally turns her betrothed into a statue. We are fans of this book already because statues are also things I like in fantasy stories. You're learning like some of the weirder tropes and things I like. What is her other book? Hearts Forged in Dragonfire. For fans of Abigail Owen and Samantha Shannon comes a breathtaking, interject novel where the only way to defeat a dragon is to outsmart it. Interesting. Okay, well, not as interested in that one as the other one. We're gonna quickly go to Blackwells before I wrap this up and look at some upcoming Wednesday book releases, because as I've been saying, they have bangers. Most recently, I think Zara was their release in the US at least, so let us pull over there. Here we go. Wednesday book, new to old, and let's see. When Haro was there, is this? Yeah, the same author of You've Reached Sam, which you know I won't read because his name is Sam. Okay. Divine Rivals, phenomenal, absolutely banger. Oh, it's by, okay, I don't like PC or Kristen Cass writing, but this cover's gorgeous, so we're gonna look at it in a second. Fragile Enchantment, can't wait. For Wilder Magic, phenomenal. I haven't read This Vicious Grace. Ooh, Gwen and Art was not good, so they're not perfect. I'm really excited for Godly Heathens, Night of the Living Queers. I guess we don't go too far into the future with this one, but let's see. Draw Down the Moon, very pretty cover. It is such a shame. I cannot stand their writing. I read House of Night when I was younger, and it was garbage. Flower and Thorn. Is this a sequel? Because it looks like something. But I really wanted to read Night of the Raven, Dawn of Dove. Ooh. In pursuit of a better life, 17-year-old flower hunter Irinia and her childhood best friend find a priceless silver spider lily, only to have it fall into the wrong hands, leading Irinia on a perilous quest to reclaim the magical flower. Yeah, sounds phenomenal. So we are a big fan. It looks like If I Have to Be Haunted is what it looks like. Let's do Tor.com as well, to see what they've got coming down the pipeline, although I do check this out fairly regularly, and then we will wrap it up, I think. Burning Roses, I do want to read that. You actually saw me add the Tensorit series to the Silk Punk list. None of these are actually new. Tame Spara, are you ever going to publish another book? Loved both of his books. But that is it. I think that is where we're going to stop with this video. I hope this was fun. This was really chill, very low-key. I wanted to do something somewhat chill and low-key and just hang out, talk about books, look at books. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. If you're a subscriber, thank you. It means the world to me. If you're somewhere cold, I hope you're staying warm. If you're somewhere warm, I hope you're staying comfortable. And most of all, I hope you're reading a great book. I will see you guys next time. Bye.